What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Outdoor Gladiators. We got a fun episode for you today. We're going to recap a couple days during this last Michigan bow season, November 13th and 14th, where my son Peyton, the youngest outdoor gladiator, gets it done, and November 14th, where I get it done. So I hope you enjoy this footage and this content. Thank you so much for coming along on the adventure. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. All right, so we're going back to November 13th. I'm my first day back from Iowa, and Peyton is roaring ready to go. He wants to go out deer hunting, so we get out to our hunting spot, and he tries to cock his crossbow, and it's not working. We can't get it to lock in. We don't know why. There's some kind of an issue. We messed with it for quite a while, and I just told him, look, I'm sorry, you can't hunt tonight. We'll figure this bow out. We'll take it into the shop, get it fixed. So I took him back home. I went out hunting, and next thing I know, I look off to my left, and Peyton's in his tree stand. He had texted me and said, hey, I fixed my bow. I'm hunting.
This spot I'm hunting, I've got a cell camera on, and it's not uncommon for a buck to just walk right through this, especially right now during the day. Peyton's tree stand is right over there at the end of this opening. And these bucks come out right here. And actually, I shot a doe there earlier this year. There's a ridge off this backside, and they like to cruise that quite a bit. So I'm settled in. I'm ready to go. Confidence is at an all-time high. Let's get this done.
So after about an hour and a half, I look off to my right, and I see a really nice shooter buck walking through the marsh. He's on a mission. He's kind of got his nose down, and he's just searching. He's searching for does, but he's a beautiful shooter. I really struggled to get him in the viewfinder. I didn't know if I had footage of him or not because it was so thick, but it turns out I did get some footage of him. So I watched this buck cross the marsh, and he kind of disappears. And a few minutes later, he pops out again. Again, not able to get footage because it is super thick right there. So this buck ends up walking out of our lives, and we never end up seeing him again. But the good news is Peyton texts me, and I had actually heard him shoot his bow. He texts me and says, shot a doe. And we were super excited because we're trying to fill as many doe tags as we can and do as much management as we can. And Peyton was able to get it done. Put a great shot on a nice mature doe. She didn't go very far. We heard her crash. And so I was able to film the recovery of that animal.
All right, well, you can see them. You see me or not? Got Peyton here. Just let's try this. Ooh, that's too bright and scary. We just found Peyton's arrow. Found some blood. We're gonna go get this doe. How far was it?
32 yards.
32 yards. It looks like he's zinged her, maybe just a hair high, but we heard her crash. So let's get on this blood, and we'll take a look at this arrow, and we'll go from there. You seen it? From there? From that leaf?
Oh, yeah.
All bubbly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's starting to open up now. Good shot, bud. And then we'll get you going. All right, we did find her. Not a bad looking deer. Pretty hefty. Is that your entry or exit?
Exit.
Exit, okay. All right. Well, let's get to work and we'll get her out of here.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
So now Peyton's tagged out with his combo tag. He's done hunting for now, so he gets to sleep in. He ends up leaving, going back home, and I go out on November 14th. This is my last opportunity. I've hunted hard all year with little success, and I finally get an opportunity at a nice deer. So now it's November 14th. I'm gonna give you a recap of what happened here because there's not a ton of film of this situation. I did have some problems with my camera, but I did get some film. So I have a couple does come in, and this doe is probably one of the biggest does I've ever seen. She's got 2 young ones with her, and she comes crossing through the marsh, gives me about a 20-yard shot, and I'm really drooling. I'm thinking, man, that's a big doe. I really should shoot this deer, but something told me to let her go. So I let her and these little does pass, and they walk off into a bedding area. About 20 minutes later, another giant doe comes through, and she's even bigger than the last one, which was hard to believe. She is enormous. So now I'm really thinking, wow, I might need to kill this doe. I just happened to glance behind her and I saw a really nice buck, and she was only at about 18 yards away. So she worked out in front of me, and then she worked right underneath me. Now, keep in mind, they snuck up on me. I'm not ready. I don't have my bow, and I don't have my camera running yet. So now with this doe right underneath me, a mature doe, my only thought is do not move. Don't get busted, because I know that buck's coming. So she ends up working off to my right, and then that buck is starting to step out on my left. So I was able to grab my bow, get hooked on and get ready, and apologize. The camera was a forethought. Like I just couldn't make it work with that doe standing there.
Guys, I don't know what's wrong with my camera. Oh no.
So I watch this buck. He steps out at 14 yards. I'm sitting down. I'm able to draw back. I level my pin and I let him have it. And because he was so close and I was so high up in the tree, I did aim a little high. I hit him high, zipped right through him, double lung. I mean, it was a beautiful shot. I watched him run 40 yards and he stood there. And that was when I really start trying to get the camera going, get the footage rolling. There was an issue with my shutter on the camera. I thought it was open. It was only partially open. With the adrenaline flowing, I just couldn't figure this out. I was really struggling, but I did end up getting the shutter open. I got some footage of him. I didn't get him going down, but I got him laying there and I got the recovery.
Guys, I just had... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just shot a buck. A nice one. November 14th. Dude, I thought my season was done. Everything had slipped away. I've worked so hard. Nothing was working out. It's almost dark. I turned my camera on, it's all black. I can't see anything. I've been having problems with the camera. The inner lens gets knocked out of place. I got a giant laying right there. Well, I don't know if he's a giant, but he's good. I just made. I'm shaking. I can't even find it. 14-yard shot. 14 yards, baby. I'm gonna be honest, I almost got down early. I am so cold and so tired. It all came together. It all came together. I'm probably gonna get emotional. I can't breathe. I know my shot was just a hair back. he was quartering to me, but he ran 40 yards and died, so it must not have been too bad. I gotta make some phone calls, and I'll be walking down there in a second. I gotta sit down and calm down. I'm gonna fall out of this tree.
So I end up calling my wife. She loves to track deer. She loves to come out and help, loves to be involved. So she came out, she helped me drag this deer out, and really enjoyed the time spent. That's what it's all about, time with loved ones and family and friends and camaraderie and all that good stuff. So it was really enjoyable having her come out and help me with this deer.
All right, guys, I just went and got my wife. She's coming to help me. He's dead right up here. I already went and looked at him. He's pretty good, so let's go up there. I want to show you guys. He died about 35 yards from where I shot him. There he is. Yeah, he's a good one, huh?
Wow. Holy cow.
Finally. This has been the longest, hardest season. Now my wife doesn't have to put up with me going hunting so much. I'm still gonna go hunting, just not as much, so.
I'm recording you.
All right. Let's get this thing taken care of. We'll get it out of here and get some good pictures with it.
All right, guys, thank you so much for following along. I know the footage wasn't perfect. Self-filming is a really tough thing to do, but we did our best, and we brought you as much great footage as we can. We hope you enjoyed it. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think. As always, be safe out there, guys. Thanks again.